First of all, the chocolate, a subject dear to my heart. When you buy chocolate, please buy good chocolate. How do you know what good chocolate looks like? Well, it has a very nice shine on it, just like that, you see. You want something that has very high cocoa butter content. Don't buy that cheap stuff. And keep chocolate in a cool place, but not a cold place. And then when you want to use chocolate, you take only what you need and keep the rest covered in aluminum foil in a cool place. So I have chopped up chocolate here because I want to melt this for wedging these cookies. And now to melt the chocolate, what I've done is I've heated up some water in a pot, you see? Just to a simmer. Then I shut the water off. I've got a glass bowl sitting in the pot, but not touching the water. Chocolate is very funny. Over 120 degrees and chocolate doesn't like it. So I'm going to put the chocolate now in the top, in the bowl, and just let that melt by itself. And I'm not going to cover the chocolate, because if I do, the condensation from the cover will cause water to drip on the chocolate, and that will cause the chocolate to just seize right up. And here we have 14 tablespoons of softened butter. Make sure that's soft, room temperature. Take it out hours before you're going to use it. And then with this again, we have confectioner's sugar. Here's about a cup of confectioner's sugar. And then you want to beat this up. Now I'm going to stop for a minute because I want to take a look and see what's happening to my chocolate. First I need a spoon. So let me see here. All right, well you can see what's happening. The chocolate is just starting to melt nicely. And you see this way you get a nice even melt of the chocolate. And now I'm just going to let that sit like that so it'll stay warm and it'll be ready when I need to sandwich it in. So back to this. And here are my egg whites, 3 of them. And I'm using large eggs for this. I'm not even going to add a pinch of salt to the egg whites. That's looking pretty good. All right. You see? When they can just stand on your spatula like that, you know you've done a good job. I want to give this just one more little hit, because it is looking a little bit mealy this morning. Okay, now, do you believe I'm going to fold that into this? I'm going to try. So add a little bit of the white mixture at a time. And this is really going to lighten this up now. It's going to lighten this batter. All right, I've got my oven on too at 450 degrees. This is a cookie that's going to cook rapidly, but you don't want it to brown. You just want it to get a little bit brown on the edges. Okay, now the pastry bag. So with a pastry bag, you take the top edges, you see, and fold it down like that. Then you take some of your mixture and you put it right in the bag. See how neat that is? Put it right in the bag. But then, don't forget to bring the top of the edges up, like this. See? You got to close the bag. And then we form these on a cookie sheet that has parchment paper. This is parchment paper. So twist the top of the bag, getting most of the batter down to the tip, you see? Make sure it's down there. And then you want to pipe out about 3-inch long pieces on your cookie sheet. And again, we're going to watch these for about 5 or 7 minutes, just until the edges are tinged brown. And this is what they look like when they're baked. Now, we can do the old mother-in-law's tongue part, you see? Here's my chocolate, perfectly melted, and now I need a knife, and all you do is take the chocolate, put it on the underside of the cookie, just like that, a thin layer, and then wedge another one right on top.